we're going to be going into Thabsies versus Turnipboy.
Before we get to that, though, I do want to say Sauerkraut
Yeah.
has informed us in the chat that that was a flirt highlights. There you go. Was for
Yeah.
that kind of group of four. Hey, there must be someone in here is flirting, so let's just give it all four. There you go. Putting the bow on that story in that great match. But yeah, time for Thabsies and the Turnip Boy himself.
Indeed. That is going to be a fun matchup. Turnipboy is a long-time, very strong player, but hasn't been as active recently. Came back for the Summer Cup, and let me go check up on what that group performance was from Turnipboy. I believe it was winning his group. I think he had a relatively straightforward group for someone of his skill level. Yeah,
Which means
Turnipboy was in with a couple of newer players, new Jar Calamai and Spark Titan. So didn't have too much issue winning that group, having lots and lots of experience on them. On the other side, Thabsies went through a pretty difficult group actually, with Beanie, Wobble, and David W. All strong, long-time players, but got out in second place there. So, what do you value more, ALT? Do you value that second place in a strong group, or do you value that first place in a group that you should be getting first place in? Is the big question.
I gotta say, second place in a hard group. I mean, you know how this game goes. The more you play, the better you get, hopefully. But it's a whole different. Obviously both these players are very experienced, so we'll see how it goes. But I would say, if I'm a betting man, I'd say second place in a hard group is a harder feat than first place in a less skilled group. What do you think, chat? Agree or disagree? Let us know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is more impressive, perhaps, to get that second place. Of course, Turnipboy has had a lot of good success in the past, has made like quarterfinals and semifinals before in cups, and I believe was in silver, and did really well there. I think he won silver, actually, in the last iteration of SCL. So lots of strong play in the past from Turnipboy. Is coming back for the Summer Cup. We'll see if he can get further in the round of 32, if we can get far in the tournament, or if Thabsies is going to shut him down here. And I do believe I have my replays loaded up.
I'm ready too.
All right. Actually, give me one moment. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Lots of things to handle, and you got a prediction tool to work with as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this because Turnipboy's always been one of my favorite players to watch play, and Thabsies always has. Thabsies is like the tech monster. Thabsies went into the hyperbolic time chamber for a year because could not play competitively, or even casually, really, for like a year because of a bug that was plaguing just a few, a select few players, that it eventually did end up getting fixed. But came out of it with a lot of different tech, right? We like debuted drink bugs, for example. Drink bugs are a bug, but in both senses of the word, they are bugging the ambassador, but they're also a bug in the game, which allow you to, on a frame perfect input, bug with something that's in your hand, a drink or a book, one of those two things. It's very, very difficult to pull off, and Thabsies is the only one I know of who can do that with any sort of consistency, so Thabsies is scary in that respect as well, and of course is a skilled player in his own right, so we'll see how this goes. I am ready. How about you?
Yep, ready to go. Ready for the spice.
All right, let's get into it. We have Thabsies on the spy side playing as Red Dress in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, so we start out with hair, and we're going to go next to Ambassador, but not close enough for any nonsense, as Seek picks up the highlight for that middle, statues.
Yeah, that's going to be an early, AI to watch for Thabsies. You definitely want to keep in mind who's been threatening, who's been giving the sniper some attention issues, because when even if you don't want to frame them specifically, you do want to keep them in mind, maybe try to keep them in for contact, give them... don't knock them out, basically. And look at this. Wheels and Seek are like just kind of switching spots here. So they're going to be very, very threatening going forward into this game. And that's going to be really good for Thabsies because the more active any given party is, the more room you have as Spy to get away with your own evil plans, your machinations. So we'll see what Tabsies does to make use of all of this activity. Maybe we'll go for a green purloin after Wheels rejects, or next to Wheels, something like that. Look at this. By the way, Wheels picking up a fingerprint too. Wheels just wants to get shot at this rate. Oh, but we're going for a contact. Tabsies. That's really surprising.
Yep. Well, he just lost Wheels. The Seek was still in.
Yeah,
so.
Seek was still in, so we do have that option available to us still. And of course, we still could do that little purloin play. That's actually, something that people don't do very often, but is surprisingly strong. Is just purloin for someone who's been to center inspects, and yeah, you really have force the sniper to make a decision. The strongest way to do it, of course, is to have them reject, and then after that, you green purloin, so there is no fade difference, but you can also do it where you white or green after them, or you can green before them and have Toby go to them next.
Ambassador's here just begging to get bugged here. That's like the most buggable position of all time, but it looks like it is getting watched heavily, as it should, whenever he stands there.
Oh wow, look at this. We go. That was, you know what that was? That was Tabsies attempting a drink bug, I guarantee you. He was going for that drink bug.
Yeah.
But
didn't look close enough at anyway, but it just didn't get seen, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, definitely did not look pretty on our side. But if he was trying that frame perfect thing, it makes sense. But here it comes off anyway. That was the real arm bug, and it did hit. So now we just need that flirt. Oh no, excuse me, flirt and one more mission, and then we're done.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised Turnipboy missed both of those attempts, but it was pretty crowded there right at that moment, so lots and lots of people kind of moving around in the area can make you miss arms you might have otherwise seen. And here comes another contact. It's going to be a fake this time, but it is in with the same double agent that we were in with last time. And that knocks out Seek this time, which is interesting because now it's down to like 4 characters in this party. I'm not sure why we did this contact. Maybe it was an action priority with Flirt, but really unfortunate there that we're down and we don't have Seek anymore. Because now, what are you going to do for this last mission? If you go to center inspects, you might just get shot anyway.
Yeah, now we're up against it. We lost our frame possibilities, and now we're kind of looking for what we can do. Statues now does not seem good. We're going to the windows, though. Maybe adding a little bit of time here. Not a good time for it, though.
Yeah, that would get noticed for sure. We don't have the bug option. That is one of our 3 completed missions, so we can't crash bug. We were going to be looking for a purloin, it looks like. There it is. It's going to be a green test. It's pending now. But look at this. Time ticking down to 0. We have the pending. Here it is. What's going to happen here?
Yep. Turnipboy is watching it like a hawk. Sees it go.
Oh, and the shot comes off onto the wrong character. Teal rejects as well. Right before time runs out, Teal also takes this reject, gives us a chain to work with, and Turnipboy maybe on top of both of us in the chain, but takes the wrong shot on the coin flip.
Teal just gave us the assist there on that win. Wanted us to get that first win.
Yeah. Fabsies getting that bug clean despite being unable to take that drink bug. But now we are on into this next game. You can't just win the one game. You got to win 2 to really cement a lead. That's what we always say. It's, in any given set of SpyParty, being 1 game ahead, it doesn't really matter because you're playing it on both sides of the rifle. If your opponent can strike back within that 1 game, it's basically not a lead at all. You got to break that serve. And we'll see if Fabsies can do it by sniping out Turnipboy's Smallman in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. Early flirt potentially with Wheels here. 51%. Nice green test.
Conversations are mighty full. Offered. I don't see any nonsense coming.
We just reject. We don't bother with the purloin there, and we actually go for a contact really quickly here out of that. It's perfect. It's literally a perfect conversation. It does make sense. Now there is something to note is that when you see a perfect conversation like this and you see that someone has left one conversation to go to the other, that is a big red flag as far as a potential spy, because the spy also gets to see that this is a perfect conversation, but they don't want to just take a perfect contact and not get the credit for the contact. They want to get their real contact. So moving between conversations in that moment is a pretty big red flag, but I don't think Tabsies really notice it. But look at this. Fingerprintable center inspects here. And so
yep, that's the super hot.
The super hot statue.
That's a great example. Great example of the super hot, and we do earn the highlight. That's the second time tonight that we've seen that kind of perfect banana breads there. I'm gonna go get over there and take it. So it seems like something that more snipers should be watching for, because we've seen it work twice tonight so far.
Although we don't get all of the inspects done. We got the fingerprints, but we didn't get all the inspects. So we're gonna have to go back maybe, or go for a briefcase first.
Like might be deadly. Try to get it first. Nope.
We actually canceled out of that a little bit early. I don't think Tabsies had it on screen, so it's not a big deal. Is this printable as well? It is indeed printable. Two printable statues into completing inspects. Does Tabsies know about the prints? Because that would induce a shot if he did. Here comes the put down. 5 seconds on the clock. It doesn't look like Tabsies is going to be taking this shot. No indication that it was even a thought in Tabsies' mind. You have to know about that print there, because that extra inspect otherwise doesn't think, doesn't do anything for the spy if you don't realize that it's printable.
Yeah, it looks like a clean. That's why his fingerprints are so strong. Just you have to watch it and keep it in your mind where they are, because as you saw the power of it there. Nice win there.
Yeah, just a very smooth soft tail win from Turnipboy. Something that Tabsies absolutely could have tracked but didn't. It's kind of one of those testing. Test the waters types of finishes. You're saying, all right, how good are you at tracking prints? If you're good enough, you get to shoot me. If you're not, I'm going to win a spy game. And in this case, Tabsies was not good enough at tracking those prints, and we are going to go into Aquarium even. All right, Tabsies on the spy side of Aquarium. We've seen Tabsies do some crazy stuff on Aquarium before, has his own set of shark walks we've seen, so we'll see if it comes true this time around in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I'm rooting to see some spicy plays here. Tabsies, bring it home.
I'll admit, ALT, I'm never really rooting to see shark walks.
I love the spice.
I mean, it's nice spice. It's, but like, it's so gross. It's so gross.
It's one of those things, like, we not to break away from this game too far, as we see we start with a statue inspect and get highlight for it. It's one of those things, like, I'm like the camp of, if it's, I can do it, right? I mean, if it's not legal, change the rules. You know what I mean? So I don't mind people like finding those edges.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, we sent off a purloin really early on this game, although it might not even come off because of how many people are at this bar. We took that really early delegate cheese, went into statues, but does this come off? If it comes off, I think Tabsies is a really good chance here, but if it doesn't, if it just expires...
There's about 18 people at that bar. I don't think it's happening, but...
Who did we send it to? I think it was Sorry that we sent it to here. A slower character. Yeah, there it goes. It expires right as Toby is going to go offer to her. One of the, slower characters can take a while to get to that bar, even when we did that cheese flare out of there. The time we took going to statues after the delegate cheese and the amount of people that got to bar first, it just means that runs out of time, and Tabsies doesn't get that purloin off. Ooh, wow, we're going for this transfer. It's kind of
white. Shark was blocking it.
Yeah, Shark was blocking it entirely. Yeah. So it wasn't visible, but Tabsies knows exactly what's being covered up by the shark. That shows a mastery of the venue, because the middle shark is not really one that people very often use to cover microfilms, but knows that because of how tall Disney is and where we were positioned on that pad, the middle shark would be enough to cover that up.
So not to derail this match. What's your thoughts on dancing then? I mean, dancing's very sharp.
Well, dancing, I mean, sure, dancing you can shoot. Shark walking, you just can't. It's not possible. Once you get behind the shark, you can't do it. Dancing is, see, and another thing about dancing is that it is giving up the ghost. It's saying, look, you've caught me. I know you've caught me. This is my last shot. And I have seen people dance when they think they're about to die, when the sniper actually would not have shot them if they hadn't danced.
Yeah.
So I really do think that dancing is that it does have a little bit of risk reward, and the reward is pretty small anyways. It's not too often that a dance actually works out for the spy. It's kind of that last ditch effort if you think that you're completely dead to rights. So it really isn't the same caliber of thing that Shark Walk is. Shark Walk is, I can plan on shark walking. I don't ever want to plan on dancing, right? If you're dancing, if you're dancing at the end of a game, something's gone wrong.
True.
Maybe unless you're Smallman on Gallery or Tayen. Those are the other options. If you're Smallman on Gallery or Tayen, sometimes you do have that dance option that you can try to plan around. Here comes a contact. We do have the full inspects here, and we're going for that one more microfilm, but Shark is going up to the top side now. We won't have any cover for a second microfilm here, and we only have 25 seconds left on the clock, so I don't know if Tabsies wants to try something else, or, or if we're just going to time out here. It's really a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, got to think quickly here. Can't mess around now. The next move is the last move, so let's see what he does here. Decides to go to...
you know what? He's going to go to bar. He's going to try to take a direct pearl, and he might try to walk behind Shark. But look at this. Oh, red dress. No, it doesn't happen in time.
Oh,
if that overtime had triggered in time, I think red dress gets shot there because Turnipboy couldn't see that statue right at the end of that game. I think. I mean, could actually, but like still, when you're watching someone go into overtime and you're watching them that closely, they're likely to be the shot.
Yeah, that's one thing that when I play Aquarium now, when someone like gets in that position to do Shark Walk, like you're just watching them, like, okay, that's probably the spot. Your eyes just go to that spot. Like red dress was in that kind of spot. So, but luckily for the sniper here, time ran out before Tabsies got that purloin off.
Yeah, whew. I think that the difference of about 1 second there made that game, but Tabsies didn't quite make it there. And instead, we will be seeing another game. Turnipboy on the spy side here, looking to take a lead early in the set. On this, playing as Alice in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Early flirt, 34%. Come on, Turnipboy, bounce out of there. Don't just sit here. Don't timer flirt. Get out of there. You can get 2 flirts for the price of 1. It's chaos. Tabsies is doing other things, watching for swaps and memorizing statues. You can get away with this, but unfortunately, Turnipboy in the past can't hear me.
Yeah, that seems to be that play has become a lot more popular, where you just get in the conversation, talk, and then just dip while it's still that chaos time. It's just, I don't know if it's been around for a while, that kind of play, but something I've noticed happen more now.
I should hope it does. I mean, it really is quite effective. The sniper just has more important things to be worrying about in time of chaos. There's just so many more dangerous things than getting an extra flirt in. And yeah, having flirt done really quickly is a boon for the spy, but it's a lot to put in effort to watch it as a sniper in chaos.
Still in this conversation here.
So we are seeing ride it out here. Bar highlights for tracking who has that delegate option. Bastard is just with a couple, just jammed right in between Rocker and Teal here. Maybe getting some credits there on the bug, but obviously Tabsies would be watching that closely, so maybe doesn't have to credit bug if Tabsies thinks he was confident about seeing that correctly.
Like we're okay with a full timer flirt here.
Yeah, just playing from the beginning of this.
Oh no! Come on, Kane! Don't do that. We
waited 45 seconds for that. Come on, Kane. Although, if we follow him, we do have the contact in that conversation.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad right now either for Aquarium.
Turnipboy playing this super slowly.
He just hasn't moved. Cemented to that center conversation. Now goes over for that seduce. We got 1 mission done, but less than 2 minutes left. That's the problem.
Yeah, this game is by no means decided. This is pretty much a 50-50 game. SpyWint is currently at 47%, And I think that's pretty fair. There's still a lot of opportunity for the spy to complete missions or for the sniper to make a mistake and shoot a civ. We will be going into bar, following the ambassador, so maybe, picking up this print afterwards. Maybe trying to get for both prints, go to bar, get the print, and then go get the briefcase that the ambassador will leave after he takes this drink. We do pick up that delegate highlight as well.
So many of those now. I mean, there's so many of those now. I'm not sure. That's a big worry at this point. The hard part of that is to remember to take them down. For me.
Yeah, that does require some amount of effort in the sniper, so memory still required, even though you're trying to offload to your memory to the highlights.
Right, Turnipboy again, right in this middle conversation. Not much to do here as well. But BB coming in hot. White test. Another mission down, but now we got less than a minute left. Delegated that purloin. Needs one more fingerprint now. Okay, here comes the purloin. He's watching it like a hawk. The shark just an inch too slow.
Did we delegate to wheels or did we delegate to general? But it's gonna expire either way.
Oh no!
And now Turnipboy has no way to complete.
Now he's really done. Less than 5, it's over. That will do it. Another spy run out of time game.
Wow. That's just it's saddening to see when you see that pearl. I mean, not take, unfortunately. But the thing is, we still needed that last print. We still need that one more mission, even if it does take. So you gotta wonder where Turnipboy was looking to find that. But we do come out of the venue at 2 and 2. If I can update the scoreboard without moving it around.
Tabsies came through with a bit of spiciness. So I'm satisfied with that.
Yeah. There is there was definitely a bit of spiciness there, but unfortunately both of them do end up in timeouts. In this case, we will be seeing, however, Tabsies on the spy side of a venue where there can be quite a bit of spice. It's that Sniper Arcade pub. So many options. You've got 7 different options. You only need to do 3 of them. The Sniper has a lot to watch. So, I've completed games, ALT on this setup against really good snipers where I just swapped and purloined really early. It was a lot of fun to get those wins off. You just have so many creative options here, and that's really why I love this setup so much. And we'll see how Tabsies does with all these options in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We start ourselves. Oh, seduction target happily joins us. We get that first third off. As the Duke. Looks like we got statue highlights.
Oh, wow. Look at this bug. Nice. Really nicely done from Tabsies here. Yeah, we're going to have to get a replay on that after this game because, I mean, it was kind of gifted by the ambassador, but even even when we say that, you do have to accept gifts, right?
Yes.
You do have to take that opportunity to get that walking bug in, because otherwise, if you don't get that walking bug in, and as the ambassador's coming in, you could either have to do a standing bug, which has a lean, or you have to do a twitch bug to get that standing bug without the lean, but then you're twitching, right? You have a little bit of a twitch. It can be done really, really nicely, but Tabsies takes the opportunity, is on top of the his awareness of the party, and look at this. This game is almost won already.
Yes, that the part of that play there is you have to be watching the ambassador all the time. You can't be like looking at other nonsense. That's what I like. Oh, the ambassador's next to me. How'd that happen? When did that happen? You can't be like that. You always got to be on it, and he clearly was.
Now, unfortunately, the double agent's inside and is going to be inside for a little while. Our STs are here as well. If this were a conversation we could complete, but Tab's getting stuck.
What's going on? Yeah, that corner there, jutting out just a bit further than he expected. Hopefully I don't think that was seen though.
We're hoping the double agent goes in to, but look at that. The double agent left the bar, came back to the bar, and is requesting again. This could signal difficulty here. So we are going to pick up the delegate option. We could go for a silent game. It always good to have those extra options here. We actually also had a difficult fingerprint off on this. If we'd hit that, there would have been so many options to complete this game, even if the double agent doesn't get in for us. But we're really hoping for this double agent right now.
Yeah.
This would be a tragic game to lose off a double agent.
Oh yeah.
But double agent heads to the conversation, and there's going to be overtime, just a little bit of it, but it's a green test, so only, not enough to be relevant, I think. There will, even if you recognize the overtime, there's not enough time to shoot for it. And yeah, look at this.
Salmon takes it for us.
Yeah, see,
get that hit.
I don't think Turnipboy realized just how close that was to 10 seconds and was waiting for overtime to shoot Salmon, which of course isn't us, so either way, Tabsies would have been winning that game. But this is a scenario where even if you are recognizing the overtime, there's just not enough time with the latency to shoot. The minimum latency in SpyParty is 1.5 seconds, so mission win countdown isn't quite as long as you think it is.
The star of that show was that bug, though.
We got to take a look at this bug again, because we see this. We watch the ambassador coming in, curves in right next to us. The main tell here is the fact that we just stop talking. we just get out of our talk animation, and we kind of just straighten up our backs. And that's definitely something that Turnipboy could have caught, but other than that, it looks really. Actually, look at this. There's also a little bit of hand. So it is absolutely something that Turnipboy could have seen, but it's still a nice opportunity taken by Tabsies. It's one of your better opportunities, I think. Even if it isn't perfect, nothing is perfect. The sniper can always catch you, but you take your best options wherever you can get them, and Tabsies does indeed get a second spy win by even.
Yeah, but that's the case where you can't wait for perfect opportunities, and that was a great opportunity. It doesn't happen every game, but when it does happen for you, you just got to take it sometimes, and it worked out that game.
Yeah, and now we have Turnipboy on the spy side again, trying to keep it even by winning that spy game. It's not impossible. We'll see how it goes in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, Turnipboy starting deep in the bar, but deciding to walk out. And no, it goes right to the bar.
Highlighting for bar visits here. Maybe also flirt. But no, we do see Duke get it as well. He's not anywhere near flirting with anybody. So, no, not really flirt highlights, it would seem. Just the bar. We do send off that purloin. Maybe we didn't feel the fact that this is being highlight. Because I feel like if you're getting a highlights for bar, you don't usually want to go in for those delegates. And actually, we gulp as well.
Yep.
We're going for a really quick game here from Turnipboy. We are jumping in with a double agent. We could always just contact and bug, just completely get rid of Seduce entirely. We don't go for it, especially as the ambassador has left us. We want to have our look at this, because of those highlights. You don't even have to make it work on memory. Party's down.
If you can remember it, it works. I mean, it's really good. So now we got 4 possible spies here in Tabsies' mind. 4 highlights now. Contact coming off.
Yeah, and the question is from here, when do you shoot? Because again, when you've got contact and purloin, even though you've got it down to 4, you only need flirt, right? And Tabsies is super aware of this flirt and sees it coming. Even in a scenario where you 2-flirt that, Turnipboy would have been dead, and Tabsies is going to take the lead, breaking serve on pub. Maybe Turnipboy just doesn't have enough practice on the setup, because it is a relatively new setup, and Turnipboy hasn't been the most active player recently, despite being very strong.
That's a good point you made. Like, even if that was a 2-flirt, it was still shot. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, it very, very nicely executed on the sniper side rather from Tabsies, and now we will be going on to Veranda with Tabsies in the driver's seat in this set. Are we going to see a spy win on Veranda to really hammer home the lead here? Or is Turnipboy going to keep it close and try to bring it back here? We'll see in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, Tabsies coming in as Kane.
Could go for a bug here. I mean, it's it's actually not that bad because of how much traffic there is. Unfortunately, we take a really deep spot in this conversation, and that actually was close enough to go for a standing bug, but we waited a little bit too long on it, and despite the fact that it wasn't caught, Duke forced the Ambassador out, and it transitions from standing to walking, which means the range is so much smaller, and the Ambassador's walking away, and it's just not going to take like that. Tabsies just waits, just that, that second of hesitation on that bug, I think, steals it away from us, and it would have been really nice to have.
Getting the 51% flirt and then dipping out quickly here.
Offering a drink, just going to walk away from it, no rejects. Don't want to take a
back.
win right out in front.
Just wants to finish the deuce quickly here. And does. 2 flirt. Over 3 minutes left. Still need 4 more missions, though.
Yeah, that is the difficulty of Veranda on the spy side. You have so many things to do, but look at this. Tabsies is set up in a position where the Ambassador might just walk by us and give us a reverse drive-by bug, and if Turnipboy isn't angled for it, like, look at that. That's just invisible from that angle.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was nasty. Just waiting for it, and it went off beautifully.
Yeah, and that's a scenario where it's partially the party giving you an opportunity, but you have to set yourself up for it. You have to be standing in the spot for it to work. And of course, Turnipboy, not taking the angle necessary to catch that. And Tabsies is in with a bug. Still lots to go though, but we have plenty of time to work with.
That was a case of him putting himself in that right position. Well, in my mind, I think he did. Put himself in the position for when the Ambassador walks out, I can get this,
Yeah, and look at this contact. This is going to be pretty good here for a Veranda contact. And this is, of course, one of the only spots in the venue where you can see kind of all of the conversations at once to know how good that contact is. If it's deep in the back or if it's over on the right, it can be really difficult to gauge how good a contact is going to be. But Tabsies knows, and only 4 low lights comes off for this.
That's really good. All right, so now we have just under 2 minutes left. Only 2 missions left. Now we're feeling pretty good, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. We are absolutely feeling quite good. Tabsies just doing an innocent watch check here. No time ads, maybe necessary, but no time ads executed either. We'll see. It can be sometimes difficult to get away from a Veranda game without doing inspects, and Tabsies agrees. We're gonna go in for the first set of inspects here. Maybe just go statue to statue into a swap, but that can look pretty bad. If Turnipboy notices that aggression right near the end of this game, that is the downside of only having 150 on the clock.
Earns us a highlight, which we can expect. But the second stop here is the key point of this match right now. The second statue stop, if he goes there, which I think that is where he's headed right now. Going back, here it is. Moment of truth in my mind right here.
Not quite going there yet. So it's just getting these double late inspects. It's just really difficult. It's going to be a white test purloin. Turnipboy's going to be looking for it.
Out of nowhere.
Oh,
Turnipboy has it in the sights, but...
Do we know who did it, though?
The safety is still on that gun securely.
It's going to be a sip. We're going to leave the conversation. I think Turnipboy has us, but Tabsies is playing it cool. The problem is the bug's not going to be enough if you've done a white pearl and you're going in for your second inspects. Turnipboy is probably going to be willing to shoot that, and we just rush to take this drink.
This has to be it, right? Another statue visit with the drink. Gulp save.
There's going to be overtime as well. We fingerprint. I don't think we meant to fingerprint. There's no reason to be doing that. And yeah, the shot comes off anyways. There would have been about 4 seconds of overtime, but I think Turnipboy learned his lesson on the overtime on pub, even though it would have been the wrong shot, and takes that shot early. But yeah, that never
decision there. Interesting decision there for the purloin. I mean, what's the other play there? Got to get one more inspect on at some point. I mean, swap here, yeah, but that's not really good either. I mean, it's never a safe mission, but I'm just thinking about the purloin decision. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think if it's a green test, it's a lot stronger, right? It's playing against that green test a possibility, because if you're gonna do inspect swap, I think both Purloin and swap with the inspect finish, it's playing to say, okay, if I get a green test, I have a really, really good chance of winning this game. Although Purloin is a little bit higher, I think, on both ends than swap, with the kind of statue to statue look that we had going on near the end of this game. I think that we might have been better served by trying to go for the Purloin before we go for any statues at all. That you just have a higher chance of getting away with it that way. Of course, statue to statue near the end of the game, regardless, when there's a Purloin scene on the board, it's risky, but there's also, of course, the option of going statueless, but you have to decide on that much earlier.
Yeah.
So Tabsies does get taken down by Turnipboy. Turnipboy sniper here. That is what makes Veranda so deadly. You can have a bug completely unseen by the sniper, and still just too much for the spy to get away with. And now we are going to be on to Turnipboy's spy side, trying to come back to make it 4-4 in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Okay. Very fill bookcase here to start things off. And we're taking a book with us to start things.
Got 29% on the first flirt here. Not really the best flirt, because that could leave you in a lurch for getting multiple more flirts. But our ST left us, so we get to follow them pretty simply. And of course, we do have the green book in hand.
See where we go next. That's the key question.
Yeah, do we dump this into red is actually one of the bigger questions I have in my mind. Because if we dump it into red and we get away with that, that's going to help us out a lot. Because then we do have that, that microfilm done, which is generally speaking seen as a little bit more difficult to get away with than bug on Veranda. So we still have that option for bug as another hard tell.
Not quite yet. Not making that decision quite yet. The longer we hold it, though, the more it leads me to believe that we have some bad intentions with that book, putting it back in the wrong place. But let's see here. We're going a long way.
Yeah, we're going to walk it all the way across the venue, maybe walk it back, and just wash this book off of any suspicion. Of course, even when you do that, maybe the sniper was going to think, oh, I don't know where that book is from. I should highlight just in case.
Yeah.
Oh,
97, painful.
Yeah, that's the painful part of getting the far early flirt there. When you get no green test after that, you're going to need that one extra flirt.
Within Veranda's not the biggest of deals. You feel like you always have a chance to pick those up. Unlike in a place like Gallery, where you might not. I feel like you could always pick up those flirts.
Yeah, and we're gonna see a pretty good contact here from Turnipboy. If we make the decision, there's a lot of people in conversation here. All of the conversations, all of the most full conversations have an SDA in them. We're gonna see a couple of lights. How many are we gonna get? That's one.
Yeah, not too many.
Only one? There were a lot of people walking around, but...
Yeah, the rotation was kind of strange on that one. I'm not sure what they were watching on that.
Yeah, the rotation was a little bit off, I think, and Tabsies just wasn't paying attention to who particularly was out and was worried about splits and is playing it a little bit safe there. Oh, do we know where this book is from? Look at this rotation. Yeah. Look at that highlight.
Yep,
either we know or we don't know, and we're just being careful.
Yeah, it's possible to tell. But yeah, the book is going back in the wrong place for another mission. Seduce is in our grasp here. Minute left, though. Need 2 more. Not a whole lot of time. Got to pick it up here. Now we're contemplating. Do we want to go to a statue? Do we want to take that guest list off that tray? What are we going to do?
Going to statues, though, that's such a difficult thing to do in the last 45 seconds when you're already a suspect like this. I think you can't really even do inspects. I would prefer just a green swap here. Going for a green swap, finish off that flirt, maybe go in for Purloin afterwards or a bug. Just something that you can kind of get away with, but look at this safety off on the Turnipboy here.
Off on Teal. If they even look the wrong way, Teal's going down, I think. And yeah, there it is.
Look the wrong way, indeed. A talk is enough. I think that that highlight was a little bit more than just I don't know where this book was from. That was I'm pretty sure that's the wrong shelf, friend. And Tabsies takes down the sniper win on Veranda.
I'm trying to think where that game kind of went wrong, and I can't really. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Just I guess that book she was on top of that book too much. I mean, he was on top of that book too strongly. I mean, taking a book and taking it around the venue. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, and I think that it's actually more critical than the amount of time you spend out with the book. It's not actually that important how long you spend away from the shelf, in my opinion. It's really about when you take that book out. Is the sniper going to be distracted? Will they have the time to think about you and memorize and say, hey, this person has this color book out? Because if they can do that, if they can memorize that, the recall, for the next couple minutes, it's not going to fade too badly. It can, but it's not going to be as big of a deal as if they don't memorize you at all because they're distracted by the ambassador being completely buggable, right? So I think that's a much bigger, much more important factor for trying to get away with microfilms like that. But we do see Tabsies now on the spy side of Redwood. Speaking of spy wins, this is where you can definitely pick one up. On wheels, as we like to call wheels, a bit of a budget Smallman, very short, and on Redwoods, that is going to be relevant.
Here we go.
Yeah, and here we go. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Tabsies. We're getting definitely close enough for like across the conversation here, Bug.
And there
it's
it
gonna
is.
work out. It's gonna work out. There's so many trees. I mean, playing as wheels that might not work on another venue, but it's chaos. There's so many trees that the sniper's just not really kind of expecting that. But maybe a bit of a depth perception thing as well there. We're gonna return this briefcase and leave. Look at that. So much progress.
Yeah, lightning
already.
Fast start here.
In fact, I'm so confident in Tabsies right now. Like that's so strong of a start. Just to get this early, because if you go for the second print here, like imagine you pick up a second print. That's all. Now all you need is you can sit here for the rest of the game, flirt contact, and your mission progress is going to be like a minute and a half in the past when you actually complete. For the sniper to think about, and that's just that. I know I was just talking about how microfilm, the memory thing, doesn't really fade that badly, but suspicion does, right? Suspicion definitely fades over time in a game quite a bit. So, finishing with a fingerprint versus having gotten a fingerprint a minute and a half ago, it's going to be a big difference. And Tabsies, look at this, goes in, just leaves, and goes right back for the flirt.
It's one thing I could say watching Tabsies in this short, whatever games it has been. He is not afraid to move around a party quickly, right? He gets around in a party.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He's not afraid to play fast.
They see him rolling.
Yeah. And he's been, how many different positions has he been in this game so far? I mean, we're approaching 10, 15 or so.
Well,
I mean,
we're going right back next to our ST again, but we're just not being watched all that much. There's just other characters that have highlights, other characters that are being more conspicuous, because we're just rolling between window and conversation. It's not really that high profile. There's a lot of really dense mission sites that Turnipboy's gonna be watching instead. And so, look at this. The briefcase is gonna be left near us. Ambassador's about to be pushed out, so I'm watching Tabsies just pick up this briefcase as soon as this ambassador leaves and look for any contact.
Minute on the clock here.
And any contact there is. Yep, Tabsies picks up that briefcase. Honestly, I would not have hated just putting that down directly. Like, it's not correct as far as etiquette goes, but are you how much do you think that Turnipboy is going to be realizing that that's not correct?
Yeah, that's my
but the
default.
double agent leaves.
Oh no. Okay, 40 seconds left. Not the end of the world, though. Let's see where he goes next.
We could try to take a delegate option, frame general, perhaps, because it's been a silent game. If we see general go into conversation, we could go up next to him, just say, all right, hey, I've been delegated by general, look at that. And
going out the
yeah, and look at that.
window
Turner
here.
actually is heading into this empty conversation. We just slide up. Honestly, we only really have to stop there because of how little.
Oh, double agent is dancing around.
Yeah, look at this.
Double
We surely we have to go take a purloin now, right?
Now we have to. Well, now we need to add time.
Now we need to add time. Double
We
agent, what are you
don't.
doing?
Double agent!
No!
Jukes!
No! Oh my God! Time gets added. Time gets added.
Okay,
But
it
there's
is
no
added.
shot. There's no shot because
Sniper
there's
was
no overtime.
Completely on the right side there. Did not see any of that happen. Let's see. Now we just gotta wait for double agent to
Double agent has
settle.
joined a conversation.
Come on, double agent. What are you doing? All right, 25 left.
And-
Here he comes.
No, he didn't join a. Okay, now.
Here we go.
Thank
Okay,
you,
now.
thank you, double agent. Thank you so much. I just
it is.
and I think that's a testament to just how low profile we are in this game.
I
The
think
fact
so
that we
too.
completely got away with that time, had no reaction, no highlight. This is a ghost game from Tabsies right here. Just zero attention at all. It's one of you were never in danger of losing except for when you almost timed out.
Yeah, that was a great game. That was beautifully played. I mean, you saw how active he was, but still, just no heat at all. Really good game. And I think that the start of it was that awesome. Put himself in that bug position where you're standing in the conversation and can still get the bug off.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a little bit worrying. Like if Turnipboy had caught that time ad, had responded a little bit better to it, that could have been a tragedy that we watched unfold on screen right there, ALT. But instead, Tabsies is gonna bring it up to 6-3. Needs one game to bring it home and get to the round of 16.
Here we go.
Here we go indeed. Will it be on this Redwoods game in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Oh, what is that bug? What? No! No, how did that take? What?
We gotta see the
No.
replay of that one later. Beautiful right there. That was beautiful. Turn
Oh.
up. Aggressiveness paying off and
Oh,
going for
what
the
is
inspection.
that? That's so no. Oh, no, that's so mean. That's terrible.
Now, what I like to see here is I want to see a lightning fast game here from Turnipboy. Let's
Oh
see
yeah,
he goes
if
for
we
it.
get a
Yeah.
green, we didn't get the green flare, but if we had gotten a green flare, I would have wanted to see us go straight into like statue, green swap, go back, get our second green flare, bam, done with the game.
But now we're still looking fine. Still looking mighty fine here. That awesome bug. Got to see the replay on that one.
Like honestly, it was so quick, it happened so fast, I didn't even really get a good look at it when I first started the game.
Yeah, so we are highlight for that statue choice that happened right after that bug.
Yeah,
As you can
and we are
see,
going to go
statue
into our
has put
second
out,
set of
yeah.
statues, so that is going to be letting Tabsies know that we are indeed done with statues here. And look at that, we're already getting attention for a potential swap. I think. Look at this angle, keeping Queen
Yeah.
very much on screen here.
Trying to keep as many of the highlighted people on screen as possible here. There is about 4 or 5 now, so that's not the worst, but
Yeah, but the problem here is for Tabsies is that get flirt, get contact, and the game is already over. So, are you willing to shoot for that? And of course, if Tabsies doesn't end up shooting for that and loses this game, this is the type of game where you think, you know what? How am I supposed to win, right? How am I supposed to see that bug? It's just dumb. And we do see a few low lights come off after this contact. We should see our second flirt coming in just a moment. But no, we waited a little bit too long on it, and the ST bails.
all right. So 1:10 left. Need 2 more flirts there. That's what to watch. Turnipboy now is going to be racing around chasing him.
Yeah, I mean, do you get shot? Oh,
Oh,
he
no,
leaves. He
tasty.
leaves with the book.
Tasty.
He leaves with the book. Oh no,
Now
Turnipboy.
what?
Turnipboy
Picks
is
up a
being
statue.
betrayed.
Statue of shame here. Picks it up for no reason at all. Just picks it up again. Is going to put it down. Oh,
Oh,
And he
okay,
comes.
okay,
Okay, wait
okay.
for
The
this.
ST's
That was the
back, so
plan.
we can
Yep.
flirt before we leave.
he was holding the statue for that. Waiting for that. Now we need one more seduction. One
Yeah.
more talk.
One more flirt anywhere. We will chase this ST wherever he goes. But and effectively, this game is probably already over in a way. Unless our ST completely ruins our chances at flirt. Like, look, okay, actually at Windows is kind of scary because he could leave before we get there. But he is watch checking, so we should have enough time for this.
Okay,
there we go.
It's in. Countdown is on. We are still definitely on in the sniper's radar, but can you shoot for that? I do not think
you
so.
really can't.
Yep, it's over.
It is indeed over. Turnipboy also taking the spy win, not allowing Tabsies to secure it quite yet. But again, Tabsies still has 2 more chances before we get to overtime. And again, also, Tabsies has that guaranteed overtime. Tabsies maybe is confident on balcony, for example. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to go over and look at that bug.
Oh yeah, we gotta see that.
Give me 1 second. I apologize. Gotta go look at that bug, cause that was gross. Yes. So we just we just turn around and it immediately happens. That is the benefit of taking control immediately. You know, more experienced player. The more experience you get, I find, the more you are just going to take control immediately. A lot of players early on are going to let maybe the AI AI control you to wherever you want. But in this case, it is very, very useful to just take that. And on to the next game.
Here we go. The gallery we go.
All right. Gallery. Can Tabsies finish it off here, or will we be seeing a potential overtime? We're going to find out in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Interesting choice of a spy here. Very slow character in the most walking venue. Unless he's a random person, I'm not sure.
Second slowest in the game. Pearls is the only slower character than the one we have here. Couldn't get the early flirt off. It would have been a pretty rough flirt anyway. It was across a conversation, but that is never fun to see when you don't have that early flirt.
Nothing happening right now.
No, indeed. We're kind of getting stuck on the attempts at early flirts. She went to a full bookcase afterwards. Maybe she'll come to us here. Look at this. She's about to just... Nope. She's going all the way outside.
We'll
all the way.
Though. We're going to follow. Double agent. Not getting in there either. Not a great start here.
Yeah, and this flirt's going to be pretty bad anyway.
Yeah, this is not good.
Green flirt helps. The fact that it's green means that we are within range to 2 flirt on 2 close whites from here on out. Yeah, we're gonna cheese this a little bit. We're gonna leave the conversation, just immediately rejoin, give that cooldown a bump down. It is based on distance, so the further you are away from the RST, the faster it reduces itself. If it's just base cooldown right next to them, it's gonna be 45 seconds. Other than that, wow, we're going for a fake contact here. That's really interesting. Maybe trying to cop a low light for being outside in this big conversation that has no SDA in it. But Turnipboy not biting, looks like. Doesn't even pay any attention to that outside conversation.
One of those times where you feel like you're really behind here, I think, if you're Tabsies. So might be just trying to work on a frame of somebody, I mean,
yeah.
It's tough at this point.
I mean,
this is 2 minutes left.
The problem is this is a pretty big gamble. This is kind of a gambit, right? You've gambled away 6 lowlights here. That's a lot of lowlights even for Gallery. Gallery has an above average, but I think 4 or 5 is kind of your over under for a good contact. 6 is just a little bit dicey, but of course we are now done with our flirt after having done that cheese, and we're gonna move on in maybe to get the real contact, but that's gonna cause more low. Oh, bug!
Ooh.
Oh, was it? I mean, it was visible, but does Turnipboy see it? Yeah. Does Turnipboy see it as a thing? Because his
crosshairs were almost right on it, but apparently wasn't seen. right now.
Those kinds of bugs of opportunity, which kind of come out of nowhere, can be really difficult for the sniper to guard, because maybe you're just paying attention to something else, assuming that the ambassador is relatively safe in transit there. But no, Tabsies does get away with this bug, it would seem. And now, you know, the double agent had a conversation, which isn't the best.
Yeah, we're still up against it. Great bug, but it's not going to get us the game right now. We got to hurry up. 45 for less than 45 seconds left. We need to get some missions going now.
Yeah, we really do. We're probably hoping for double agent to just rejoin this conversation right here, but I can tell you right now, I've done enough speed running to know double agents on gallery never get into conversation where you want them to, and we don't have that much time to wait here. Here it is. We're going to get the request on the Purloin. It's a green test, but we still need one more mission. I think the only thing in range is going to be either a swap or a cheese microfilm at the end of this game. Tabsies goes in for the swap here, and once the swap comes off, we are going to have... Oh, it's pending. Mission win pending. Double pending here. Double green. 2 missions pending for overtime.
The rare double green happening here. I think we're watching Tabsies like a hawk right now,
something that's huge right now is the fact that so many people were at statues. That was a ton of statue visitors, and look at this. It's overtime. We finish overtime with a contact. And the shot comes off onto Queen.
Oh, no! I saw the safety off. I'm sorry. I thought it was there, but no. What a game. That was beautiful. Beautiful finish by Tabsies.
Wow. By the way, I'd like to point out that we had our ST picking up this pending swap, which is, in a normal game, one of the most brutal things that can happen for a sniper, because the swap gets delayed by the fact that our ST would have been picking it up. Yeah. And because cast cannot swap statues. So this ST, the sniper doesn't know is an ST, they just look like a normal character, can't swap. This was not a swap call. Cast will never get called to a swap. They can just kind of randomly go to statue after you've swapped it. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it can be brutal. But in this case, it wasn't even necessary, just a little bit of an oddity, as Tabsies pulls out an incredible overtime. Like, look at this. But I just want us to appreciate just how many people are at statues here as we were pending this mission. Like, it's incredible just how many people there were, because that helps so much.
That's pulling the rabbit out of the hat there. I mean, that was not looking good for a minute there, and then boom, it just turned on a dime with those awesome greens. And,
yeah, not to mention, not to mention, Smallman went to the statue that Queen was at, and that gave the potential that, you know, the swap was happening by Smallman. It was a green test, and the double agent's just a fake to, you know, distract from the swap. Like that looked for all the world like it's actually just Queen, right? If yeah. it really just made sense. I don't blame Turnipboy for that shot at all, because it's actually a really well-informed shot, because all of that evidence kind of lined up for Tabsies. But it's always about that kind of push and pull of SpyParty. You know, you don't make all of your opportunities, but you absolutely do have to make use of them to be a good spy. And Tabsies showed off some really nice spy play today, clinching the set on the first game of Gallery here. Well done.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely fun to watch all the players. Tabsies, I mean, it's really impressive how much, not afraid to move around a party. I mean, that's what I've learned is, I think maybe to improve my own game is just to do more stuff. I mean, that's not afraid
That's
to
what
move.
I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, ALT. Do more stuff. It's always fun to watch spies do things, whether or not it works. And very often it does, because doing things is the best way to win a spy game. As we have seen here today. With
Chad, I hope Chad has learned that as well. Just do stuff in life, and good things happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Do
stuff in life, and good things happen to you. It's something that, you know, applies to life just as well as SpyParty. But that is going to be our cast today. And thank you, ALT, for coming into cast with me. I really do appreciate it.
A lot of fun. I can't play so much anymore these days, but I like to get a cast in to still keep my finger on the pulse of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, if you are interested in this game, it has been SpyParty. You can get it on Steam or on SpyParty.com. If you buy it on SpyParty.com, you also do get a Steam key, so really no reason not to give the developer that little bit of extra money by buying it straight from the website rather than through Steam. And if you're interested in competitive play, like we've been seeing here, like the Summer Cup, there all discussion and all competitive play announcements really happen over at the discord.gg/SpyParty. Very easy one to remember there. In fact, there is a competition you can sign up for right now. It is an auxiliary to the Summer Cup. It's called the Hedgehog Hotel, which anyone can sign up for. It is a Swiss pairing just for extra matches for anyone who wants them, having participated in the Summer Cup, or just really anyone coming in at all. So if you want, you can sign up, in the Discord over there. And if you want stats about this game, because we have so many stats, you can go on over to spypartyfans.com, and that will have, a bunch of different competitive stats. It has articles, there's all sorts of interesting stuff about the game, and I believe that is everything we like to plug here on twitch.tv/SpyParty when you finish the cast. So thank you all for watching. Again, thank you ALT for casting with me, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day, morning, night, evening, whatever, wherever you are. It's been lovely.
Stay hype.